Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you. Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 190. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And this week's episode, well, second half includes a great interview with someone that we were truly honored and had the pleasure of meeting and having this conversation. And in the first half, we're going to talk about Exotica a little bit, just some little starting points as we're getting very close. At this point, we are now just about 3 weeks away when this show launches to being out in Edison, New Jersey. And we're going to talk about some of the award shows and time frames as far as voting and nominations and other things like that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, welcome back. As we said, episode 190.
Wow.
Still knocking down the episodes to the big 200. So that's in the works. Hopefully we'll have some fun and excitement as we get there. So first half, we're going to discuss a little bit about some things that have been announced for Exotica, New Jersey. As we have shared, and all you listeners know, Exotica, New Jersey, October 24th through 26th, Edison, New Jersey.
Yeah, less than a month away now.
Familiar location. Hasn't changed in the eight or 9 years we've been going. Same location. So it's kind of that October home away from home for us for a weekend.
Actually, I think it's been closer to 10 years.
Yeah, that's, I'd say eight or so. Who knows? I lose track of time. It's been a long time since we have been going to this show.
Yes, Jersey was our first.
And it's our start. I mean, we did New Jersey solely for quite a few years. Until they flipped and did DC and then started in Chicago. So, yeah, it's, Jersey is definitely that kind of the fun one. It's the first. So looking forward to it. But looking at it, and they've started, as we always discuss our New Jersey plans and share a little bit about what's happening and what's going on. They've announced the after parties. And we're going to take a couple minutes to talk about those. And these are the official after parties. So produced or put on and sponsored by Exotica and some others, and it's theirs. There are other after parties that you'll see around. A lot of the clubs in New York will do after parties and have some of the performers feature dancing, but these are the official after parties for Exotica. Friday night and Saturday night, there are two of them. And we'll get into that. This is actually the first time that I remember this being the case.
Okay.
So one of them each night is, all 3 nights, there's one that is free for VIP admission holders to the convention.
Right.
That after party is at the Sheraton at the host hotel. When it comes to hotels, the Sheraton is for pretty much reserved for vendors and staff and performers, exhibitors. Yeah. So that is it's not a place for the general public as far as to stay.
Right.
You're not able to get a room there. I believe it's the Courtyard across the street, I just saw today, is sold out.
Okay.
They're working on getting another host hotel and sponsor right now. Not sure what that's going to be, but there are a few other hotels right in that area, and then quite a bit not too far away.
Right.
So Friday night. Friday is ladies free, as always. Ladies free admission into the expo.
Correct.
The after party at the Sheraton is hosted by Serenity Cox and Wifey.com. And the after party really is, I mean, the DJs are there. It's kind of an upbeat, it's a fast dance club, nightclub type atmosphere. They have a cash bar, and it's kind of dancing and mingling and hanging out.
Right.
So, and that is, again, at the Sheraton. If you do not have a wristband, you are not going to get in.
Nope.
That's pretty much what it comes to. Security's pretty darn tight at the Sheraton and for those.
Yes.
Saturday.
So what's this other one?
Well, we'll talk about the main ones, and then we'll do the other Friday and Saturday one.
So Saturdays.
And this is one that definitely caught Mrs. Eyes and my eyes. The after party on Saturday is hosted by Danny Daniels. So we have, once again, another event, in Miami. We had the chance to sit and talk with Danny for a while, and Vic.
Yes.
She did a little short clip with us, and had a good time. She's always been a fun person, very outgoing, very personable. So that'll be a fun one. And that is a special guest DJ of DJ Talia Paris. So that'll be a high energy night. And on Sunday. And they did this last year. I do remember this. And in talking with her, she said it was pretty fun. She said it was an interesting kind of setup in the way they did this. On Sunday night is hosted by Katie Cush, and they're doing a game show with Joe Trivia. Are you smarter than a porn star? So a little spin off of a national television show, game show that was out there. And again, I remember talking to Katie because I believe she hosted this last year. And I think the year before Kenzie Taylor may have. I may be wrong, but there was one that she did host as well. So again, a little crowd interaction, fun time for that after party. And again, on Sunday, it is very much laid back. It really winds down. Everybody, by the time you get to 6 o'clock on Sunday night, everybody's it's been a long weekend. So
pretty much by the time you get to 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, right after the doors open. So those are the after parties that are going to be within the Sheraton Hotel, the VIP Exotica sponsored after parties.
Right.
So the other two we're going to talk about on Friday and Saturday. These are, when I dug into them, and these are both sponsored by Naughty Nights NYC. And Friday is the Taboo Masquerade Party. And Saturday is the Sinful Desires Costume Party. So this is, in reading, essentially a hotel takeover style party lifestyle.
Okay.
Location to be determined. So it's going to be somewhere within New York City or somewhere close to the city is my assumption. I looked into, Naughty Nights, and they've done a lot of takeovers and parties within Brooklyn and the Bronx and in the city itself. So in this, they might have something, it may be closer, but that is kind of a location to be determined. There is a additional cost for those. So it is definitely a couples kind of themed parties, lifestyle wise. It's a hotel takeover is the way it's booked. It's a 2-day hotel takeover. So essentially, you're there Friday, you go to the convention, you go to the after party. Saturday, same thing. Go to the convention and then go to the after party at wherever the hotel location is. So that is different.
Yeah.
I don't ever recall seeing that within Exotica and them promoting that.
Right. No, if there's been off-site after parties, it's been
Yeah.
a club.
And it's yeah,
right.
and it hasn't been the lifestyle theme that has been promoted via Exotica. A lot of the lifestyle things in the past have been within Cassidy and groups there. Mm-hmm. So it's cool. Sounds fun. There's a lot of things going on after, when we're never at a loss to find something to do.
Right.
Until the wee hours of the morning. So, and these, again, it's always great.
We make our own party.
Yeah. And Cassidy themselves, if you are a VIP lifestyle pass, they do have a meet and greet after party as well. It's typically at the host hotel in the bar area. There's no playrooms, nothing like that. It is kind of a meet and mingle and just have some drinks and have fun. Years and years and years ago, they did do kind of a hotel takeover thing. That kind of it wasn't after the pandemic. That never came back. Essentially, is what it was.
Right.
After the pandemic, they no longer did that. So again, and we'll be popping in and out of that area on Friday night and Saturday night. We always do. And around the Sheraton for the whole evening, both of those evenings. So on to the second topic of the first half of this episode. And that is award shows, award season. We talk a bit in the conversation that we're going to have in the second half about awards and award shows and, what those mean to performers. And we've talked about that before. And we're kind of in the full swing of it. So the AVN Awards, the fan portion of that, pre-noms are over. They're done.
So
next
all
up,
pre-noms for that are done?
all pre-noms for that are done. So they have the main awards. That is nothing. You cannot vote on that. That's voted by industry and them. The fan voting, the fan pre-nominations are complete, and those typically will come up in December, like the end of November and December, where you're able to go and do your voting.
Start voting on that.
Yes. So that's always a long period of time from the pre-noms going in until the actual voting, because the voting only goes for 2 to 3 weeks. The other one right now is the XMA Awards. So those are essentially just getting started. The fan pre-nom, so the pre-nom submission period was September 1st through 30th for industry.
That one's not quite done yet, but...
So when this launches, it essentially will be the last day.
Right.
The fan pre-nomination period is October 1st through October 31st. And those are done at xma.show is the website. So for a full month as a fan, you can hop on there and pre-nominate your favorite performer. They have multiple categories across the board, and you can vote for every category once a day. That then closes, and then the end of November through the beginning of January is the voting period. So essentially, the selection of the nominees literally goes from September to the end of November. They take a lot of time to calculate those and get everything right and get everything correct before the final nominees come out. So we talked a lot about the AVNs and dates. So the XMA Awards are in that January timeframe as well. So AVN is at the end. XMAs are typically the week before or the week after. And boy, I'll be honest, I'm slipping because I don't even know when that date is. So XMA Creator Awards in Hollywood right here. Let's see. So, and it just says the 25s. No, winners announced January 19th. So that is the week prior to AVN.
AVN. Mm-hmm.
So it is, it's right at the end of the XMAs, of the XBiz shows. So again, that is coming up. You have those dates. Mm-hmm. October 1st through 31st is the fan voting period. All listeners can go in and do that. AVN will be, again, sometime in December. It's always one of those, like, you're waiting and you're waiting. I seem to always miss the first day when they open it up. They're not, unless I've missed it the last 3 years. It doesn't seem like they even announce it. It's just up on their site and voting is open. So I don't know. But as we talk about that, let's discuss a little bit about the second half of today's episode. As we had said, it was an honor to really sit and have this conversation. Mrs. had said today, a couple days after we had the pleasure of sitting, she was so down to earth. Mm-hmm. And like a lot of the performers are.
But some of them, it takes a few minutes for them to feel us out. Yeah. And then, And then
it changes.
She was, from the get-go, stoked to be talking to us.
Yeah. Seemed like she had a fun time, opened, we laughed. It was really a great conversation. She is, as we talk about in the show, in the interview, and in the intro, multi-award nominated and winning. Mm. She has a few scenes that are going to be, that without a doubt should be up for awards this year, both not even so much in the fans, but there will be.
Industry.
But the industry as well. One we talked about, and we did talk a little bit about it during the conversation a few weeks back.
Right. We had
we discussed Let Me In Too on Adult Time from Pure Taboo. And she is featured in that.
Right.
Went back, and after we had talked, and I did, I watched some of Let Me In. And she had asked if we had went back and watched that. And I do remember it. And last year, that did not make the cut for featurette because it was 66 minutes long.
The cut is...
A featurette 60? is under 60 minutes, I believe. Like, it was that close to it. Mm-hmm.
Which I believe did come up.
Yeah.
When we were talking to
him. Yeah, we discussed that a little bit as well. So... but we don't want to yap too much more. We're going to take a break, and we're going to hop into this interview that just, again, was such a fun time with Reagan Foxx.
This episode is brought to you by Cassidy.com. Have you ever wished there was an all-encompassing way to find sexy, like-minded people in your area? Well, Cassidy has hit that on the head. The Cassidy platform brings the best of sexy social media, profile searches, rendezvous, party calendars, and travel all into one. Find and make new friends, share your naughtiest of pictures with select friends in your Backstage Pass, and plan your next naughty encounter all at once. Follow the Cassidy link in our tub to try it out free for 30 days. When you join, you'll be added to our community to get some early sneak peeks. You'll also be first to know where you may find us out and about.
Hello and welcome back in the tub. We want to take a minute and thank Dawn Juan DeMarco for bringing our next guest into the tub with us today. It is a pleasure and honor to have this dark-haired, piercing, blue-eyed, multi-nominated, and award-winning beauty join us today. When someone says MILF performer, her name is always among the top mentioned with almost 700 credits to her name. One of those recently discussed in a past episode right here by us. They're her character acting along with blood-pumping sex scenes have fans coming back for more. Poised for yet another round of award nominations in this season, she is taking time to share herself with us and with you today. Please take a moment and welcome Reagan Foxx. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. What a great introduction. I'm so honored.
Yeah. Well,
now that she's wondering which scene.
Yeah, and we will discuss that because again, that was just literally 2 or 3 episodes ago. Prior to this interview coming together, that we had a discussion about that. So as we get comfortable and get ready to relax here, can you let the listeners know where can they find you online and on social media?
Oh, yeah. I'm on Twitter as the Reagan Foxx, or Instagram, TikTok, I think is, actually I think TikTok is the Reagan Foxx, and OnlyFans. Just typical sites that everybody is looking. I also have a website called ReaganFox.com.
Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere everyone else says is where I'm at.
Yeah, and that is it, and definitely it is. If you look up Reagan Foxx, you'll find it.
Sure.
Again, it is really a pleasure to have you here. As we talked about in the intro, when you think MILF performers, you've been in the industry for over 14 years. No, you started in 14, correct?
I did. I started camming in 2011, and then I was that person that was like, I'm never going to do that, you guys. So just, enjoy me now while I'm camming and so forth. And then one thing led to another, and I started doing porn.
And here we are.
I think it's, 2014.
Yeah. So again, well over 10 years. And, nominations from the beginning, just,
Yes.
numerous films and scenes under your belt. And again, as I said, when you talk MILF performer, your name has always been at the top of that list. There's a genre from that, in that, 10-year range that just come right to mind. So as we stop we'll get right to it. The film and the scene that we discussed was Let Me In Too.
Yay, what a great conversation. And okay, so please tell me, how did that ever come across your all's conversation? What happened?
So we the folks at Adult Time are freaking great. We watch so much stuff there. And we did an episode where we looked into it was the top 10 scenes of the month or of the next month. Mm-hmm. And that was number 1 for the month of September as far as launches to see.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's excellent news.
And it was September. So it was the month of August.
Yeah.
It was at the top of the watch list.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And when it came up, I'm like, huh. And the opening scene, I'm like, okay, here we go. Yep, we're gonna watch. It was just great.
Did you watch Let Me In first so you could get a context as to where we were? It was a continuation.
We went back to really watch all of it, but that's the scene.
That was on that list.
That was on the list.
Was Let Me In Too.
Yeah, it was Let Me In Too. And it was yours and...
It was her, Shay Seitz.
Yeah, it was you and Shay Seitz.
Lexi Luna.
Is when it started. And then it was your scene in the car.
Yes.
And then it went to the following scene. Those were the 2 that were there.
Right. Well, when we did the first movie, we had too many sex scenes. We were over, I think, by 6 minutes, because it can only be up to an hour to like go into the featurette category. So we were over on sex scenes and we were over on time, and we didn't know any of that. We couldn't do any of that. And so when award season came out last year, and no one, I mean, I was nominated for Best Actress, but it was a dud across the boards. And we thought, wow, we have this great movie. Why did no one see it? So it's wonderful that you saw that, because we made some corrections to the time and the sex scenes and so forth. And we really wanted to give, two powerful sex scenes. And we, do something different.
And they were, like I said, it was extremely just ironic when this interview and this conversation today came up, and I'm like, hey, we just had a conversation literally like 2 episodes ago about this. So
that's amazing.
Wow.
I love that. Thank you. I love that. And I love that people will be able to hear this and go and look for that, because it was really near and dear to our hearts. People had confused both of us time and time again, and she was actually getting a little upset about it, that she had made her come back into porn, and people kept calling her Reagan. So this was a really nice thing that we could do for the fans, to actually put us together, so people would see that, yeah, we have dark hair, but we're really not too similar. We can be. And it just became this huge project for her and I, near and dear. And she wants to have a prequel, and so she can show everybody how she turns evil. So we'll just, hopefully it did well enough that maybe we can have one more movie.
Yeah. Well, and again, according to Adult Times list, it definitely did. So, congratulations on that, because it was a great one.
And that's what makes it a little more ironic that people mix you up, is that like the outfits were the same.
Yes. Yeah. And we did all of that. I was in the process of going lighter. As I get older, I don't want to have all that jet black hair. So I was in the process of going lighter, and she was like, you have to go darker for this movie. We have to be more similar. We were actually styling ourselves. I put my hair in the middle, all that thing to try to give that illusion and so forth, that we were actually twins. And now we're advocating, trying to get us to present together, so then people can see us, together on stage as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And just round it all the way out. Nice.
Yeah. It's awesome. So cool.
So got it, a little backstory. When you started camming, what drove you to that? Can you share a little bit of that? We got some of that background, but, can you just share a little bit more when it was, let me check out this camming world? Because back in 2014, it was still somewhat newer. It wasn't what it is during and post-pandemic.
Definitely not. Back in the day, like on MFC, if I can say that,
yes,
you'd go on a Sunday, you'd log in on a Sunday, and there might be 30, 60 girls on. Now you log in and there's thousands.
30,000s, yeah.
It's so mainstream. And so when I got on there, I noticed that the girls that were making it were the ones that talked and were engaging and so forth. And then other girls would just sit there and look at their fingers or their their phones. And so that was really where I got my start. And I came in and I said, y'all need to talk to me. We're going to have a really good time all day. Maybe maybe I'll masturbate. Maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, I walked away from camming with quite a few really solid friends that are still around to this day and have helped boost me into my, I don't want to say stardom, but it's helped me with my porn career and so forth. And I really think that beginning is what escalated and kind of made me different, because I already had a name. Why did I get started? It was back right after the housing market crashed, and we did okay for a while, but the profession I was doing, buyer purchase options, they're called BPOs, and they were like mini appraisals and so forth for houses that had foreclosed. And I was one of the first that would walk into a home that had been, the keys changed and so forth. And the market just became so saturated with other people. They all got their credentials to what I was doing. The competition became so fierce, and that's why I went into camming, just to kind of supplement money for a while. And it really was short term. When I told one of my friends I was going to do this, he looked at me and went, you were so quiet. There's no way you can do this. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see. And
those are the freaky ones. I mean,
yeah.
Mrs. Catholic schoolgirl, quiet one. People are like, you're what? I'm like, yeah, she's a bisexual freak.
And camming was so different back in the day. For example, I also have been in a lifestyle, or was in a lifestyle, back from 98. I mean, when you would get those magazines, those free magazines, you turn to the back and you have these phone numbers that you would call and for those little ads, and then you would go meet somebody. That was me trying to experiment with women and just trying the whole process. So I had that background, and then when people within the lifestyle found out that I was camming, oh my gosh, back then you would have thought that, oh, we're really scared for your children, and so it has completely changed how it was back in 2011.
Yeah. It really technology has brought a lot of positives and a lot of negatives to it.
Yeah, I would agree.
It is really kind of where we are today. The pandemic exploded it, but it really the ones that are still doing it and making a life out of it. They, as you had said, you found the fan interaction part, and that's really what I think was missing within the industry prior to that. It was videos. You could watch a video and it was great. But now you're on cam and you're talking and it's, wow, like there's me and, 20 other people, but they're talking to me. I can type something and they say my name. Oh, shit.
And it's really important when I go to conventions. It's really important for me to sit there and be able to talk for as long as these guys want to, or these couples. I love when couples come up to me. Oh, we watch you. I want to give them that experience, and I want them to kind of know a little bit about me. Not that it matters, but to me it does. I just want them to understand that I am really a nice person, or whatever questions they have for me. I want to take the time to answer it for them.
It's about being down to earth, and on screen it's bigger than life, and I think we've experienced that through our journey with the show, to the fact of the performers that Mrs. has text conversations back and forth with on a regular basis. They've become friends, and it's like, like we look at each other and we're like, holy shit, like what the, like how did this, because they're everyday people.
Right.
Like, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah. Down to earth, fun. And again, as we said prior to recording, you have a job where during your job and when you're working, people pay to see you nude. But outside of that, guess what? You put your panties on the same way everybody else does when we wear them. I mean, hey. Sometimes it's a little warm up here in Pennsylvania. You got to go commando, whatever. No judgment.
Well, I remember one time when it was prior to doing porn, or even camming, we went to an event that was held out across the street from the Hard Rock back in the day, and it was a swingers event, and they would have these lavish parties and rooftop parties and so forth. And I do remember back then not really knowing, maybe I had seen Tommy Gunn or had seen Marcus London on screen and so forth, but not really knowing who they were. And we would be at these parties and they would roll in with their little entourage of people, and they looked like movie stars. And I remember everyone would be like, oh, look, the porn stars are here. And so, but now that I know them, they're some of the best people. But you're right. That's probably my only take of, oh my gosh, they're stars on the internet, or they're oh, look at them. But you're right. At the end of the day, we're all just people.
Yeah. And as we talk about just people, so one other thing on your resume, and we love to talk about it. We really kind of like to dig in because it, unfortunately, within the industry, it's always
a stigma.
a stigma. I was going to say black eye isn't really the right term, and that is mental health and how performers ground themselves in such a grueling, such a front-facing job. So you are an ambassador for Pineapple Support.
Yes, such a great organization. They help tens of thousands of people every year. It is free to everyone, so they do take donations from corporations to be able to offer these services to anyone within the industry that is having some trouble. And it is truly amazing. You can just pick up the phone and someone will be there to help walk you through it. And you can call as many times as you want and work out your situation. So it's a wonderful thing for everyone within the industry, because it isn't easy at times. There's a lot of stigmas. There's a lot of people that have things to say, and it can get to you.
Sure.
So Pineapple Support is a fantastic organization like no other.
Yeah, and they are we first kind of found out about them at the Exotica conventions. They have a big booth at every one of the conventions.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
They are always right there front and center. So many people that we've talked to have nothing but great things to say, because again, like, everybody needs somebody. You can talk to someone within the industry and a friend, but having that other layer.
And Leah, who started this, she was actually a performer back in the day. I think she was more on the Dom side. I could be a little wrong there, but and she was good friends with a friend of mine named Christina Carter, who does a lot of Wonder Woman stuff. And so Leah started this maybe 10 years ago.
Wow.
And it just has gotten bigger and throughout the years.
Nice. And again, it's great to see that it's support that everybody needs. So in talking about that, what does mental health look like for you?
That's a really good question. So me personally, huh?
Yeah. How do you keep yourself kind of grounded and turn Reagan Foxx off for yourself?
When I come home, I have 4 dogs right now and a cat.
Ooh.
And I love being at home. And I think that even during COVID, because I was gone almost 3 weeks a month. When I first started back in 2014, I'd be gone 3 weeks a month, and I kind of missed my kids growing up a little bit in their middle school and high school. So when COVID came, I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna be home. And I've really learned during that process that I can turn it off. I can walk away from any. Here's the thing: if I drink, I don't touch my phone at all. There's no way I'm going to get on the internet and I'm going to respond to anybody at all. I'm not going to read anything that they say.
Very fair.
Yes, I won't respond if you text, because I just don't want to say anything stupid or anything that's going to come back on me. So I think for me, it's just I unplug completely when I get home.
And in this day and age, unfortunately, like, we are so connected to technology that it's always there. I mean, I am laying in bed on the phone with the day job or with this or even, I help develop and I run a restaurant at night on the side. That's my second job. And I'll be laying in bed and I'm scrolling through. I'm looking at pricing. I'm looking at trends. And I'm like...
looking for restaurant equipment on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Literally, right before we got on here, my phone was ringing and it was, hey, call me when you get a chance. And it was my friend who owns the place. And I'm like, all right, what broke now that we got to go in and fix? Because I'm the plumber, the electrician, and all that. I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. We're looking for more equipment. But it doesn't, we're on vacation. You were on the phone. It just doesn't, to be able to pull away from that. I think last year we finally went on a vacation in between Christmas and New Year's. We did a little cruise, and I'm like, no, we don't need the internet package on the phone. Fuck it. Leave it
good.
alone.
You've got to let go. And I think the key is to be able to make money without touching it. So that's your goal, and that's where I am.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're at home and you're busy. If you said you have 4 dogs,
I do 4 dogs, 2 Frenchies, a what is she? She's a bull boxer. So she's we thought she was a boxer, but she's actually a boxer pit bull, and then a very annoying dachshund.
Oh, dachshunds can be yippy and yippy and yippy.
Oh my goodness, yes.
But still, her 4 probably equal the size of our 1.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you have? I love dogs. What do you have?
He's half Great Dane and half Black Lab.
Oh my goodness,
About
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, 110 pounds.
And how old is he?
He'll be 2 in October.
Okay, so that's amazing. Do they have like leg problems because they're so big? Do they ever have like knee issues?
He eventually could.
Okay.
Danes are prone to like the hip dysplasia and stuff like that. So we give him like joints, like stuff that helps with the joints and stuff like that.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Do that, please. My dog is 11, and she tore both ACLs in her back legs. Oof. And so, I know she's 11, and I actually kind of hate to say this, but we put her through surgery. She's now 3 weeks in, and it's tough. You got to carry him around on this thing. So I just, give your dog all the supplements you can because it's tough going through this.
Yeah, and he's almost 2, and he's still a fully intact male.
Nice. And that's really important.
Yeah, the larger breeds, that's important and helps reduce some of those risks of those joint issues and things because they have all those hormones for that whole full growth period.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's good that you did that. And that's really the science of that's been coming out more and more. I have always, once that year mark turns, I've always gotten mine fixed. But you're absolutely right. I'm seeing how you should let them go maybe a couple cycles or a couple years old before you do that. So that's amazing you're doing that. And also don't over-vaccinate. I think they're over-vaccinating our puppies.
Yeah, and I think he really just he had his rabies, and I don't really know that he had the minimum that was really due.
They said that there's something that once you give them the initial shots when they're a puppy, and then I don't know what it is, but there's a test that you can give them, and it'll show you where their levels are. And you honestly don't even need to do any more vaccines the rest of their life.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
and
we're
have to do the rabies for our local license. We have to have proof.
And we're in the country, and that's the thing too with his joints and stuff. I mean, we live in the woods.
So what's your ticks like? Do you have tick issues?
Ticks can be pretty heavy, but I found a company online that it is pet friendly, all natural, and I've been surprised. This stuff works. And it's a bottle that attaches to the hose, and I spray it once a month, and literally it's like cedar oil and different things.
Amazing.
And the ticks are non-existent. Have not had many issues with them.
That's great.
So that was one thing that I had said. I'm like, with where we are and the deer and the turkey and everything around here, we better get something. And yeah, and the bad part is I spray it, and then he has to stay inside for 2 hours because whatever it is in the smell, he loves it, and he's rolling around it, and he comes in and he smells like a box of cedar. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Their personalities are crazy, aren't they?
I love it.
But they keep us going. That's what it is.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So
animals are amazing.
When you said early on you did a lot of travel, was it solely work based?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just shooting the scenes. It was my goal the first year. I think I wanted to have 100 scenes that year. And so I'd write everything down, the date and who I worked with and what company and who my partner was. And then I would write down when it released and check mark it. I think the first year I had 60 something, but my goal was I wanted to, I don't know why I did that, or I just wanted to.
That's a lot.
It was a lot.
I guess so. If you were traveling 3 weeks out of the month, And even so, that would say you were working 15 days a month. Okay, yeah. So, I mean,
But I didn't work the full year, and I think I started in February or whatever. And people don't know who you are, and so they're not going to shoot you as much. So I just had to get myself out there, and
and all the editing and stuff. I mean, you do a scene, it could take 2 to 3 months, if not longer, for that scene to really be released.
It can.
Based on studios and post-production and everything like that. There's definitely a lot that goes into the backside of things, no pun intended, that people don't realize either.
Or like I did one, and they held it for a full year before they even released it recently. So I was like, "Where's this movie at? I need this on my resume. Where is it?" And it took them a whole year to get it out.
Wow.
So that happens too. Naughty America, sometimes you could do a scene and it'll be up by, if you do a scene on Thursday, Friday, it'll be up on Monday. So it just really depends on the company.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of them, you've done a lot of work with them as a company.
I have really been blessed. They have been my main company. And I don't know why. I love the directors, and we just get along. Everyone, I always joke that I'm the contract girl without the contract for Naughty. And I just really, I love the organization. I love the owner and the people that say, yes, Reagan, we want you. So they've been amazing for me, and probably gotten my name out there quite a bit because of all their vastness that they have.
And that's that name when it comes to studios, it's up there among the elite.
And I shot with Brazzers a couple of times, but it really was never something that I don't think I fit their mold of what they wanted. So I haven't in my career shot a lot for Brazzers. And, that is honestly the kind of the golden goose that everybody wanted back in the day. Oh, I want to shoot for Brazzers. And I just couldn't get them to shoot me on a regular basis. So I was very, very happy that Naughty America was like, oh yeah, we want you. So it worked out.
Perfect. Yeah. And again, between them and all of the stuff within kind of that adult time umbrella, you find what works, what fits, what you enjoy. Over the years in the industry, what have you kind of found something you thought, nah, not for me, and you've grown to be like, oh yeah, boy, wait a minute, what was I thinking back in the day?
Wow, that's good. I don't know if I have any of that, because I was a person I didn't do it all in the beginning. I didn't just give it away. I was like, okay, we're going to do boy, girl, and, and I'll do throated stuff. And so I was told back then, take your time. You don't have to do everything. So I was lucky that, I waited 8 years until maybe I had, I don't really necessarily love like big orgies and those type of things, but I waited on that, and I was able to pick and choose the best scenes that I felt would work for me. And I think that's because I didn't give everything away so quickly.
Why? It's like a game of poker. Why show your hand?
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it a tease.
Yes. And then that also allowed me to try to develop my skills and so forth. And then I could, when I first started, they were like, it's going to take 3 years before you know what you're doing. And I was like, that's stupid. In 3 years? No, that's not accurate. But it does. It takes you a while to figure out everything and know how to open in the camera. It's not just like having sex, and it's a job. It actually is a job, having sex in every position for 5 minutes. Reverse cowgirl is not easy in 5 minutes.
We talk about, joints and this and that. I mean, you're a gymnast that
not even a contortionist.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I mean, and boy, get an on-set chiropractor for after scenes. Like
I remember the first time Lucas Frost, it was for Brazzers actually, and he's like, okay, we're going to put you in a pile driver. And I was like, what's that?
What?
I have no idea what that even is. And then he ended up putting his balls in me as well when in that position. And we laugh about it to this day because he said it hurt. And I was like, good. You shouldn't have done that.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
He was like, you squeezed it so tight. And I was like, good.
Remember that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It really is. And yes, there's pleasure, but yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it. You know, your 40-minute scene essentially is a few hours worth of filming, or it could be.
Yes. They're long days. Not every company is a long day. Some might have you out like in 4 hours, but a lot of them are a little longer. But I choose those as well because I want the more meaty, the wordy ones. I want the script, so I choose those roles as well for the longer days.
And that was going to be the next question. As far as again, we talked about some of the roles that you had and the acting parts and the scripts they're so smooth. Just your style is great. Is that something when you started that you thought, hey, I'd like to get into more of these? Unfortunately, it seems like the quote unquote feature films of back in the early 2000s and stuff, those aren't anymore. That's gone away.
Yeah.
When you looked back to, everybody talks about Pirates and just those big budget feature films, those don't exist anymore.
No,
or very few and far between. We see you see a few doing some. Ricky does a lot of that kind of stuff. But
the internet changed that because once a scene's dropped, within a matter of seconds, it'll be recorded and put on the internet for free. So I think that has really, Pornhub really changed things. So a lot of things like that have changed the industry. So you can't have those big budget films anymore. And, and they do the best that they can. So Ricky will have, if he does a feature or Bree Mills, you might be for feature, you're on set for 3 days. A feature, you might get 10 days, or if you're lucky to be a part of those 10 days. But you're right, for the most part, those big budget movies. And when I talked to people that were in those, they said it was just like a family. You spent all day together. They had a big table. Everyone ate together. Everyone was a family. And it's very different now. You go in, you do your scene, and you're like, okay, bye, gotta go. That familyness, although we are a big family unit, I think the closeness might be, I can't say that because I live here in Arizona, maybe for the younger people, but I think from the people I talk to, it's different.
But I think you are right, because I know when we go to Exoticas, there are so many that even live in LA or Vegas, and they're close to each other and like, oh, it's so great to see you and spend time and hang out. And they're like, well, wait a minute, you guys live in the same city.
Yeah.
But you're coming halfway across the country, and it really, as you said, we've said it before, it really is like a big family. I mean, we've been accepted into a part of that just because of the show, and it's great. But that isn't as you said, from back in the day. Now, I have seen some performers that are in Vegas that are back in that early 2000s that are still doing some stuff. I see them putting out things and, hey, let's, do an industry karaoke night or industry to get people together.
They do. And they have a great time. I've heard some good things about that.
Just to try to pull that kind of family and support, as we talked about Pineapple Support earlier, that support network, because you don't have that. If you, as you said, you come in, you do your scene, and all right, we're out, we're gone.
Yep. Yep. I was on set with a director that I knew from Florida, and he was out here, out in, I guess, LA. And he was like, it's just so different. Everyone just wants to go home. They just want their paycheck. It's so different. And I was like, yep, that's this. So.
And it sucks in a way because, you want that, the bonding. And you know what? It could also, that is some networking as well. Especially as, I don't want to say talent turns in the industry, but it does. You see somebody that might come in and 2 to 3 years and then they're gone, but there's somebody new coming in.
Yes.
And you need to build that network.
Yes, there are so many people coming in now. They actually just had a pool party this past weekend. And from what I heard, they have a lot of girls that aren't making it on OnlyFans anymore. Beautiful women that are coming in now going, I think I'm going to try porn. So there is always a bus every single day full of ladies and men that are coming in. It's definitely not what it was back in the days of the families and the big productions.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. So
it's just easy money now.
Mm-hmm. And that's it's easy, fast money, and you take it while you can, and then you kind of, and hopefully again you're progressing and you go, and it's beneficial, and you're not leaving with a bad taste in your mouth or negativity or anything like that.
Right.
So
hopefully.
yeah, that's the hope, because again, it is what you make of it. So
it is.
So
I'm sorry.
as you're traveling and going, we always do kind of like to find out when it comes to foods and places you're going and traveling. Do you have regular hot spots that you're going to go and eat when you're out of town? Or
okay, well, yeah, this is hilarious. There is a place called, is it called California Chicken Cafe that's in LA? I love that place. Just rotisserie. I get off of a set. Oh my goodness. And I'll just order this pasta and this chicken. Oh my gosh. It's so silly. That, or there's a Mexican place I really like. It's called Sol Luna. And that's on Ventura, I think. So yeah, I usually always try to go to my little staples and where I'm comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. and it's always great to kind of ask again, because I have a food background. That's what I do, and I'm like, you know what? Are we adventurous? Are we staying with the staples? I mean, when we travel, I'm like, all right, what back alley, hole in the wall place do the locals go? Because that's where I want to eat where we're at.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, no, I can't say that I don't know. I don't think I've really done that, only because when I travel, there's a lot of times I'm by myself. So no, sure. I probably don't do that. Mm-hmm.
Well, convention and award season's coming up. So AVN, we assume that you attend AVN. Do you do anything else? The XBiz, Exoticas, any of that kind of thing?
I do the XBiz. I've been to, this is crazy, I've been to one Exotica through the entire time I've been here. But the reasoning is that they're always located, or like May, and that was right at the end when my kids were, closing down school.
Sure.
Or what's the other one was in, was it in November or October? And it's so close to Halloween, and then there's one in July that I can't go because I have a kid that has a birthday then. So it's just it's never worked out.
Timing wise, it's always the end of April in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Beginning.
Okay.
It's somewhere. It's in April in Chicago, which is a huge one. It's a large venue. It's a really fun one.
Nice.
The end of June is Miami. Beginning of July. That we went to Miami this year for the first time.
Oh, did you have a good time?
It was good. It was we were always told Miami is the performer and content creator show. Mm-hmm. There isn't a lot of fans there. It was like they did not get a lot of, and we had someone say, they said, look, and they're in the industry. They said, look, is someone going to spend the ticket price to get in, like, $200 for the weekend to see us with pasties and a G-string, or are they going to go to South Beach to see even more skin for free?
Right.
I said, but we had a blast. It was really time that we spent with friends. We sat at the pool and smoked cigars and drank bourbon at night and bullshitted until 5 a.m. We just had a great time.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
We went out to one of the clubs that two friends were featured dancing with at night, and it was us and 8 or 10 other performers, and we just hung out and drank, had a couple drinks, smoked some hookah, and
in the VIP area, which was mind blowing.
Yeah, just hung out, and it was like. It was 3:45 in the morning. She went to the bathroom and sent me a text, and she was like, "Hey,
when can an Uber be here?
Yeah, is it time to call the Uber?"
Well, darn it. I was supposed to go this year, but we were shooting a hard stop feature. So,
Okay.
but good to know. Good to know that's, I missed out.
Yeah. And then in New Jersey is a fun one. That's coming. That's always at the end of October.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the only one I've been to. I think it was in November, and it was cold.
Yeah, and it's always, you never know. We've been there one year where it's been 70, 80 degrees, and the next year it's been snowing. It's so hard to tell in New Jersey.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
It's a great convention. A lot of people, the only negative there is no place to eat. There's literally, we eat at a convenience store every night. Mm-hmm. There is the New York deli that's diagonal from the host hotel that is insane. You go there on Friday and order something, and you'll eat it the rest of the weekend.
You're right, because that was located, it almost felt like it was an industrial park, right?
Yes.
Is that what I remember? Okay.
Yeah, it's in an industrial park out there. And then they started doing it outside of Washington, D.C., but that is 3 to 4 weeks after New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So it's such a quick turnaround that, in D.C., there's a lot of stuff to do around there. There's some great restaurants. They don't get the fan flow through there as well. But it's always been, again, that's always that's like the holiday. All right, we see some friends. We exchange Christmas gifts with friends and performers that we know we're not going to see, and then we come home.
Mm-hmm.
So
sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
Sounds like a blast.
Yeah, why not? So, but those are fun ones. But I definitely see where it's across the country. And guess what? Family's always going to come first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like I said, I was planning on going to this one. I wanted to be a part of the Pineapple Support in Miami. But then we started filming Hard Stop. So, that came first.
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So, well... But
I've got a couple of big features this year. So a big feature and then the featurette, and I'm hoping that it gets some recognition. I hope Let Me In Too gets some recognition this year. It would be really great.
And that's what we were going to say. I mean, right now, like awards season is here. The pre-noms for AVNs are done. But everything else is coming up. So as always, your social media links will be in the show notes for all the listeners. They can click and find them. And, boy, we wish you the best.
Thank you.
We again are honored. It has been such a pleasure.
It is my pleasure. And I hope that I see you. Make sure if you do go that you find me. And I'll give you all a big hug and we'll chat and then answer some questions because I'm sure you're going to have your little mobile mic on to ask questions. And just know that when you do that, people love to talk and answer. So you might get a lot of content.
Yeah, Again, we're looking at that right now, so we may very well be make our first trip out to AVN here this coming January. So
amazing, amazing.
Not our first trip to Vegas.
Yeah,
our first trip
it'll first. Yeah.
Your first trip to Vegas?
No, it won't.
It
won't be our first trip to Vegas. Okay. I enjoy Vegas, but I like that speed, the craziness, the insanity.
Casinos.
Yeah, it's not necessarily hers. We took our son out there a couple years ago. He'll be 21 in 2 months. We took him out there. He was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And we took him to Fremont Street, and we got back, and he went, Dad, you enjoy that freaking insanity? I was like, yeah. He went, yeah, no, not for me.
Just one child, or do you have
just one? Yep.
Okay. So 21. Oh, I feel you because mine are starting to leave the house now, and it's not easy. So I don't know if you want him to leave or not, but I'm like, don't go. No, stay. No, go.
It changes every day,
It does. It does. And then I walk around the house and like, this house is too big. Oh, what am I going to do? So, and they get here and I'm like, when are you leaving?
Yeah. You've been here long enough. You ate everything in the refrigerator. It's time to go.
Yep. You came over here to shower and eat my food. Okay.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Is that dirty laundry? Why'd you bring me dirty laundry? Oh.
Right.
We all did it to our parents too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you in awards season. And like I said, we'll make sure all your links and everything are in the show notes and for all the listeners.
Wonderful. Thanks
All
for your
right.
time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, you all. Be good.
Well, that conversation could have went on for another half hour to an hour easily.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, we can't.
We were all over the place.
Yeah, it really was,
and everything.
Yeah, pets, family, food, traveling. I mean, that really was kind of the all-encompassing conversation. Again, we cannot thank Don Juan and Reagan enough for taking time out of her day to hop on. She's traveling. Literally, it was like, hey, I want to do this, but this is when I can because I leave in the morning. We did that.
And she wasn't feeling well.
Yeah. When she first got on, she's like, I am sorry. I wanted to do this, but I've been in bed all day with the flu. But I wanted to do this. I wasn't going to cancel it. And again, it was great.
Yes.
We wish her continued success in what she does. Again, as we look at our schedule and try to see if Vegas makes sense for us, if we can pull it off both time and financially, being it's a bit of a chunk to get some flights out there and everything. If we do, we will definitely make that a point of getting to meet her in person.
Yes.
So with that, I think it's time to wrap up 190. What do you think?
Until next week, folks.
Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. Berg Couple for Fun on Twitter and Instagram. The Bergs on Facebook and Reddit. OnlyFans is... What's the OnlyFans? There's two of them.
There are.
Did you... Yeah, I remember that one. There's two of them. So, there is ours. Is Berg Couple for Fun. But then... Then...
Yes.
Mrs. has her own.
That's right.
Oh. And that is...
Mrs. Berg.
All right. So, you can catch us there as well. You can hit us up on email, thebergs@inourtub.com.
Right.
Our website is inourtub.com.
Catch us on Free Swap or...
Full.
Yeah, full Free Swap. Full Swap Radio.
I mean,
See, you asked me if I remember my lines.
Free for all swap. I mean, hey.
On Full Swap Radio.
Yes. Monday at 9 and Fridays at 1. And hey, keep an eye out on those social medias that's where our travel plans and the upcoming where we gonna be is gonna be. So, with that, remember to pay for your porn. Support all the wonderful, beautiful content creators and performers that we have on this show, that we know within the industry. Take care of yourself, mental health. Do what makes you keep ticking and being yourself. Remember to wrap it before you tap it. Lick it before you stick it. And until next time.
We'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.